Hello everybody, my name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you all back to the 89th character in this long-running series of talking about various newcomer ideas, Nintendo or third party, for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I've talked about 88 characters so far. We are now officially on character number 89, and as I mentioned in the last video about Yuri Lowell, character number 89, jumping back into another Sega franchise, jumping now from character number 87's Axel Stone Streets of Rage to the Yakuza franchise, and the main character for pretty much the entire series, Kazuma Kiryu, the Dragon of Dojima. And why I feel he should be represented, why Yakuza should be represented in Smash Brothers. And like always, before this intro gets too out of hand, 3 separate categories. Why does the character make sense? Moveset IDs and percentage chance I can see him actually getting in. Now, why does Yakuza deserve representation? Why does Kazuma Kiryu, and I'm going to probably just call him Kazuma from now on so I don't continue to say a long, full Japanese name and probably get tongue twisted at some point. Kazuma. Why does Kazuma deserve to be in Smash Brothers? Why does Yakuza deserve to be in Smash Brothers? First and foremost, let's go on to the Yakuza franchise. Yakuza is one of Sega's most popular and well-selling franchises with or without Nintendo. It is pretty much right below Sonic. It is their top-selling franchise. It's super huge in Japan. It's growing worldwide. It's been around since like 2005. There's like 6-7 games in the series. It is long history in the game industry now, not historical, but since the 2000s. It's a major franchise that came from Sega in the 2000s. And it is popular. It's really, really a well-selling franchise. And I know it doesn't have super huge, affiliations with Nintendo, but it's big and well-selling. And we've seen the likes of Cloud come to, Smash Brothers. And I know Final Fantasy has a history with it, but Cloud doesn't really. So popularity, it does seem to kind of have, impact on third parties. And he is a super popular third party from a franchise from Sega that Nintendo has close affiliations with that could get into Smash Brothers. So there's that. It's one of the most popular franchises. He is the main character. He is an icon. And he's been in crossovers before. He's been in those Sonic All-Star Racing games. He was at least in one of them, I believe. He's been in the Project Crosszone. It's kind of funny, these 3 third-party characters I've done in a row have all been in the Project Crosszone series. Axel Stone, Streets of Rage, Yuri Lowell from the Tales of Vesperia Tales franchise, and Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza. But he's been in crossovers on Nintendo before. He has been in crossovers like Sonic, Sega All-Star Racing. He's been in at least one of them. I know that for a fact. He's been in other crossovers. They've used him in multiple different games. I think he's in that Fist of the North Star game now or something. He's been utilized. He is a crossover character from Sega. And the series also has been on Nintendo before. It's not like it hasn't. Like the first 2 games got released in like an HD collection on like the Wii U, or was the Wii U. And I know the series hasn't been on Nintendo since, and they're not sure if the series is going to come back to Nintendo, but everything comes back at some point. Final Fantasy is starting to come back. Mega Man, all these franchises from third parties that were once on Nintendo are starting to come back, and were never on Nintendo are starting to show up on it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Yakuza franchise, future games from it, start coming to like the Switch and Nintendo's 10th and 11th gen systems and future systems and whatnot. As popular as it is, and as popular as the Switch is, Sega's gonna find some reason to put Yakuza 7 or something on it, and then put like a collection of 3, 4, and 5, and 0, and the zombie one, and throwing them all on there and making Yakuza like 6, 7, 8 on the Switch in the next system. They're gonna figure it out. So even though it has only a small history now, anything can grow, because the likes of Monster Hunter was never on Nintendo, and now it has a large history on Nintendo. Various franchises come and go. So the little history it has now, it does have a connection. He has a connection through crossovers like Project Crosszone. And the future of the series could very well happen. So the future of the series can still be on Nintendo. And then, like I said, it's one of Sega's most popular and well-selling franchises, so why the hell not? Moveset ideas. Now, I haven't really played too much of the Yakuza franchise, so he is a character I definitely had to do a little bit of research on, because I've only remember back when the first game came out, I rented it, and then I didn't get a game until 4. I never played 2 and 3, or anyone since. So the only ones I've really ever played were the original, and not even the entire game, and 4, which I never finished the game either. So I had to do a little bit of research and see what made this character so awesome, what character this character fights like, and blah, blah, blah. So basically, as the name of the game entails, he is in the Yakuza, which is like the Japanese mafia. He is a fighter. He knows how to fight hand-to-hand combat. He can kick your ass. He will destroy you. He is a fighter. And basically, he is very strong. He's very strong in speed and endurance and strength. So he would fit right in beating up the crap out of like Ganondorf and Bowser and Pit and Snake and Link and Mario and Shulk and Ike and whatnot. So there you go. So basically, he's trained in multiple styles, multiple different fighting styles. I had to do a little bit of research because he is a Yakuza. He has to kind of pull his own weight and fight. So basically, there's 4 different styles I did research on. And I'm not going to say, like, the multiple different styles are switched out. He just does certain attacks. That really kind of entails certain fighting styles. I'm not going to do, like, 3 in 1 like I did with Yuri, Lowell, and Miriam, and Byleth. But it's like, he fights in a balanced brawler style, which is, like, very, like, strike-heavy. He's like a boxer kind of way. Not boxer. He's like, street fighting, like, punching and kicking kind of thing. There's a speed rush, which that one's like boxing. So he's really good at punching. There is a power beast, which is like it focuses on grapples. So I'd say instead of just his basic grapples, some of his other attacks are going to be grapples. Like I mentioned with the likes of the wrestling characters, like Wrestler and Reporter and Starman and Incineroar and everything. And Fighter Hayabusa. And he has the legend style, which is the Dragon of Dojima, which is basically just very it's a powerful combination between street brawling, punch kicking based martial arts such as karate and Muay Thai, and judo grappling. So this is the character I mentioned with the actual stone that has judo grappling. So his actual grapple, he judo throws you to the freaking ground. So basically, it's a mix of those styles. It's not something you can switch, but certain punch attacks will be more boxing punching. Ones will be more powerful punching, powerful kicking. Ones will be combination based. Like depending on how you do the A button, and maybe they can do some combinations with it, like a fighting game character like Ryu in Smash Bros. 4 and Ultimate, where you can actually do emotions for Hadouken and not just press a button. Like maybe that'd be how you can do some of these moves, like do some of the Dragon of Dojima, the Beast, the Rush, the Brawler. So his smash attacks are very punch and kick based, very heavy hitting, combination based, punching you, destroying you, judo throwing you to the ground, beating you up, getting in combinations, doing powerful strikes that would probably knock the opponent to the ground and stuff like that. His special attacks will basically be all his little extra things that make him so freaking strong. He can throw opponents long distances, so you can grab your opponent and throw him probably halfway across the stage, so you can probably gain distance between your opponents. Maybe it gives a little bit of damage too. He does wield a katana, so some of his his special attacks will be him pulling out, kind of smashing you with a katana or a knife or a dagger. So he has little dagger stabs, knife swipes, and a katana. So he's not an actual sword fighter. Before you go and try to say, "Oh no more swords! No, you sword haters! I'll can't pick swords for some reason." I don't know. But it's like he just has certain swords where he just pulls out katana and just slashes them. So it's like one little attack. That's all it is. So calm down. And then you could basically have, because he's basically super strong, he can pick up anything and throw it. So there's be little things where he pulls out of thin air, like a motorcycle, or like a stop sign, or a traffic cone, or a trash can, or plastic like box or something, and he just pulls something out and just throws it. Depending on what he picks up, some of them will be slower, more powerful, some will be faster and not cause as much damage. There you go. And like I said, judo grapples. Now in terms of the final smash, I'm gonna like I said, like he is super strong, and a lot of this I'm picking like this because I think I did a little bit of research on someone who actually tried to do a moveset on him, and they had a similar style like this, but I didn't read the entire thing. But I'm like, I see all the cutscenes, I looked at like videos, and a lot of the major battles in this series, he fights like this. He takes off the jacket, he takes off his shirt, he fights shirtless, he has this big giant freaking dragon tattoo on the back that's holding like a gem, like this crystal ball type thing, which is a very, very, major tattoo. It shows how strong you are in Japan and whatnot. So he pulls it off. It's like, I call it the Dragon of Dojima finale. He pulls off his shirt and his jacket. He's like, my muscles and my tattoo. And he just rushes forward. And it's going to be like Gigamac now. Like super quick to the point. He rushes forward. He's like, and it sends you flying off the stage. So there you go. So it's any opponent that's caught in it's going to be hit. It's like quick, not cutscene based, but he just rushes forward after he pulls them off and starts kicking your butts and knocks you off the stage with one final powerful strike. And then his shirt and jacket get thrown back to him. He's like, there you go. Now let's talk about percentage chance I could actually see him getting in. And it's not that good. It really isn't. As much as I've been pushing for him, this is not one of those characters I've pushed, but not really. It's a low percentage in the end because he's not super likely. I think if we do get a secondary character, a secondary franchise represented from Sega, in my opinion, it's not the first one I would personally go for, but I do think because of its popularity, Yakuza is one of the top choices Sakurai and Sega would be looking for in terms of a franchise that represent in Smash Bros. From them. But there's also other franchises that at least have more history than Nintendo, like I mentioned in Streets of Rage, and the likes of Valkyria Chronicles, now with Valkyria Chronicles 4 and 1 on the Switch. There's that, there's Sama de Amigo, there's Super Monkey Ball, there's a secondary Sonic character, there's Phantasy Star, there's Sakura Wars. There's a lot of different Sega franchises that really could stand the test of time and have close affiliations with Nintendo, or just be popular enough to be included in the Smash Bros. I'm giving them 25%. Not that good, but still possible. He can still happen. It's just, I think the likes of like a Sakura Wars, Valkyria Chronicles, Phantasy Star, or Streets of Rage are probably more likely than Yakuza from my point of view, at least from history, and more closer affiliations with Nintendo. But given that this is one of their most popular franchises from Sega, this might trump them all if we decide if another franchise gets represented from Sega. So there you go. But 25% chance, not very likely, but still very possible. And that's it for Kazuma Kiryu, the Dragon of Dojima. Put in the comments what you think. You guys like this idea? Would you like to see Yakuza represented? Are you fans of the Yakuza franchise? Should he be represented in Smash Bros? Is Kazuma obviously the choice? I mean, I see he's like practically the major character, so major main character. So I'd say I'd go for him. My moveset makes sense. My reasons make sense. What reasons would you say he deserves to be in? If you feel that way at all, his moveset. What moveset would you give him? Is 25% chance too high, too low? Put in there, discuss it, have fun, and that's it for the Dragon of Dojima, Kazuma Kiryu. And stay tuned when I jump into character 90 and I jump back to the world of Nintendo. And I talk about yet another Fire Emblem character. Oh boy, the Fire Emblem haters will want to kill me. But Fire Emblem has a lot of possible choices for Smash Bros. A lot of characters I would love to see. I've already talked about Celica, Byleth, Dimitri, Elgard, Claude. I've talked about Lyn. Who else do I have left? Oh, there's other characters from those games and from other ones that I still kind of want to talk about. And I'm jumping back into the world of Fire Emblem Echoes. And I know I talked about and I talked about Celica, but another major character, in my opinion, despite him being a side character that I feel would be cool to see in Smash Bros., is Gray. So stay tuned for your number 90 when I talk about Gray from Fire Emblem Echoes. See ya.